welcome to NTA Lafia. We meet to discuss our topic, which is family planning, is Mrs. Laka Angela. She is the clinical service provider with the Dalhato Ara Specialist Hospital. She's here to discuss what family planning is, the importance of family planning, and the role of men in the execution of family planning in their family. You're welcome, madam.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go straight to asking our question, which is, what is family planning?
Family planning is a voluntary decision taken by individual or couples in order to space their children, to promote also the health and welfare of the family members.
So that basically is family planning.
Yes.
So, do we have kinds and types of family planning that people actually involve themselves in?
We have varieties or types of family planning, which include the hormonals, which under the hormonals we have the implants, which is a long-term family planning. We have the injectables, the 2 months and the 3 months. We have the oral contraceptives. All these are hormonals.
Okay.
And we have the IUCD, that is intrauterine contraceptive device, which is normally inserted into the uterus. We have the barrier methods, which are the condoms, the female and the male condoms. We have also the natural family planning, which or any drugs. And then we have also other, like the lactating, that's the lactating type of family planning. Yes, where the mother breastfeeds the child for a long time. That is another type of family planning.
Please, can you explain further, because for a common man you don't understand what you just said.
Exactly.
So let's start with the hormonal.
With the hormonal, for example, the implant is a capsule inside into the upper arm of the woman, which lasts. We have the 3 years, we have the 5 years, which its action is to prevent the female egg to move to the side where they meet with the male sperms to fertilize it. And so when it is inserted, it will not allow the egg to reach the site, and so the woman is protected from getting pregnant. And that is how it acts as a family planning. And the IUCD also is another form of family planning. It does not allow the sperms also, it blocks the sperm to reach the fertilized area. So if it is inserted, the woman does not get pregnant. And before we insert the IUCD, there are other things that we have to consider. First of all, we have to consider the signs of pelvic infection. We have to find out whether she has itches, vaginal itching, which is one of the signs. Vaginal discharges, those are the signs. We have other signs like the sore, the vaginal wounds, and the rest. Those are the signs. If a woman is fine, we will find out that she has all those signs. We will not insert. We have to refer her to a doctor for a treatment, because all those minor infections, when they go into the uterus, they will cause more problems to the woman. And so we don't insert the IUCD unless she is treated before. And we know that most of these infections, they later have effect, because if you go ahead to put it the IUCD, later there will be later effect, because the infection will increase and block the tubes where the woman will not later get pregnant. So that is the reason why we refer them for a treatment before they will come up and start for them. Then we have the oral pills. The oral pills is, before a woman should take the oral pills, we have to take her blood pressure, because the system, if already the woman has high BP. And this oral pills goes through the system before it goes to act on the female egg. It prevents the female egg to reach the fertilized side. So if the system is already is having a problem, we do not give, because it would rather increase or provoke the condition. The BP will still go up.
Yeah.
So that is why we have to take the BP before we give the oral contraceptive pills. Even are the same with the oral pills, because all of them are hormonal.
Okay. Sorry, before we go any further, I wanted to ask if IUCD, is IUCD you call it home?
Yes.
Does it have any risk?
Yes.
What are the risks?
The risk is that it does not, we do not insert it for multiple sex partners, because
there's someone who has more than a single sex partner.
Yes.
Okay, that means you have to be
married.
married.
You have to be married, and you have to be faithful to your marriage. Yes. Then it can be safe to put it. But if a person is not faithful, it's not good for him to put on IUCD because of the risk of infection.
Okay.
Yes.
It has to be single person.
Single partner.
Okay. You were talking about the pills, and people have this belief that when you're single, you shouldn't take the pills because it makes you fat. Is it true?
It's true and it's not true, because pills depends on one system. There are people that have system that can even make them grow fat naturally
without pills.
Without
people like us.
So when they take pills, it's rather to let their system and it will grow fat.
Okay.
So it depends on one system. It does not. Some people, you see them lame, they come for people that they want to grow fat.
Yeah.
When they give them, they don't grow fat.
So it's their system.
It's their system. Depending on one system. It's not quite true.
Before we go further, I wanted to find out, some women have this complaint that when they take these contraceptives for a very long time, they don't get pregnant when they want to. Does it happen?
Yes.
And that is one of the fears that most of our women have, that they don't come for family planning.
Yes, we normally cancel them. We don't just give them any family planning method they come. We have to cancel them on the various methods, the actions, how they act. You know, most of these hormonals, most especially the hormonals, their withdrawal in the system is gradual. So it depends on one system. Some people, their system can expel can just drop the hormone gradually. Some it drops very fast. So when it drops very fast, they will get pregnant immediately. But when it is gradually dropping really the woman will take a longer time before she gets pregnant. That is the problem. So we have to counsel them properly so that they will make their choice. We don't make choice for them. We don't choose for them, but they will make their choice after the counseling. We will tell them that this, like the hormones, when you take it, when after you stop it, may take longer time or it may not. It depends on one system. She then makes her decision whether she will go for it. Like the IUCD. When you remove it, within the first 2 months, you don't get pregnant. That's good. Its problem is only pelvic infection.
Okay.
That is the only contraindication, but other things, there's not much problem.
Let's go to the other. We've just finished hormonal.
Yes.
So can we talk about the other methods?
Okay. Like the condoms, the female and male condom, they have two actions. It prevents the sperms from to reach the fertilized area, so the woman may not get pregnant, and also serve as a barrier and sexually transmitted infections, and also even the deadly disease, HIV,
and even hepatitis.
Okay. So it serves two purposes. The condoms, and it's even good when for those who are positive patients who have negative partners, we encourage them to use condoms so that the other partner will not. Even if the two of them are positive, it's not advisable for them to just have sex like that, of course, sex. They have to use condom because of increased deposition of virus into the other partner. It may increase the viral load on the other partner. So they have to use condom, both of them together, even if they're all positive.
Okay. So there's this belief that if you use condom, and women, young girls, feel that if you use condom, it can drop in their system and they have to take them to the hospital to remove it and stuff like that. So you find that young girls don't like using condom. We want you to educate us more on this because it's really putting their lives at risk, especially when they expose themselves to sex at a tender age.
Yeah, thank you. In our own area, when young girls come to us for counseling, we normally show them there is no any area where the condom can just penetrate or drop off. Really, what they normally tell us is that they don't enjoy sex with condoms because there is no direct contact. That is the main thing they used to tell us. But for the fear of dropping out, that is never their problem. That is what they normally tell us. All we normally tell them that it's even better for them to have safe sex than having unprotected sex where they will cause diseases or unwanted pregnancies. So normally we encourage them to use condom for the young girls. That is what we do.
But their complaint is
they don't enjoy sex.
Wow. Okay. We'll continue with the other methods we're talking about here.
And for lactate, the breastfeeding type of family planning, you know, in the olden days before the advent of this modern family planning, our forefathers used to practice the breastfeeding type of family planning, and they used it successfully. The mother would breastfeed her baby for a long time, for up to 2 and 3 years, and the mother will not get pregnant. Why that the mother will not get pregnant is that, you know, there is a connection of the brain to the breast. So when the child sucks, the reflex is sent from the brain to the breast, and so also to the uterus, because there are a relationship between the breast and the uterus and the brain. And so when the sucking reflex from the brain reaches the uterus, it will also send to the uterus, and the egg will not be released. That's the physiology. But where the child does not suck very well, the egg constantly the egg will be released, and the woman will get pregnant without them knowing. That is what happened for some women. They will tell you that they have been breastfeeding their children up to 5 children without even them taking family remedy. They are not pregnant. Yes, because the children were exposed to prolonged breastfeeding or constant breastfeeding. And that is why we encourage this exclusive breastfeeding, so that by this first 6 months, the woman is covered. But it's not safe. We don't rely on it because we are different individuals. Despite some will be on exclusive, but they will still get pregnant. It's because of different individual system. And so prolonged breastfeeding helps really in family planning.
The natural type, like you said.
Okay. The natural, that is also the natural type. We have the calendar method, where you calculate the number of days which you abstain from sex, the number of days that you are free, you meet at that time. So this one, it depends. Before you practice that, you have to know your cycle. Your cycle has to be regular. Otherwise, you may miscalculate and may get pregnant. So in an individual where the individual cycle is regular, you have to calculate. Maybe, for example, if the individual has 28-day cycle, you have to calculate from the day you start your menses. You calculate to the first day of the next menses, giving you 28 days. That is how to calculate it. It's not following the calendar that we use. It's following your menstrual flow. Yes, from the first day to the first day of the next month. That is how you calculate. When you calculate it up to 6 months, and you get 28, then you know you have regular cycle.
Yes, you have to.
But if it changes, it drops to either 26, 27, you know that the cycle is not regular. And so when you have the regular cycle, then you have to divide the 28 into 2. That's 14. On the 14th day, definitely your egg is released is at the ovulation site. So if you meet at that time, you'll be pregnant. So what we normally advise our clients after having a regular, calculating their regular cycle, then you should avoid 3 days before
their period.
Before the ovulation day.
Okay.
I have told you that you calculate 14 from the menstrual day to the 14th day. The 14th day is the day that the egg will reach. That is the day that we call it. That is the ovulation day. So on the 14th day, that is exactly the day that the egg is at the site, waiting whether the male egg will come.
Yeah.
So you avoid 3 days before.
That is on the 11th day. You can't have sex on the 11th day. On the 12th.
You avoid sex.
That is if you don't want to get pregnant.
Yes, if you don't want to get pregnant. Then the next also you have to avoid after the ovulation day too. Because
after the ovulation day?
Yes, you have to avoid some few days, at least 2 days. Okay. Because the egg will remain there. The lifespan of the egg can be there for 2 days.
Wow.
So if the egg reaches the ovulation site, it will stay there for at least 2 days. So on the 15th, 16th, you have to avoid again. Then other days towards the next menses you are free. Then days after you are just after menstrual to that 11th day, you are free. But it's not easy. It's not easy for some people that are not
educated.
Yeah, not educated. They may get confused, or even the educated ones, they may get confused. So really, we will teach the people that are cooperating husband. Otherwise, if he's the type that doesn't cooperate with the wife, that he always want to have her at any time, she cannot keep to that. So the husband has to understand, has to be a patient husband. Then that method will be successful. Yes.
Thank you very much. That was really, really, really very enlightening. Now I want to find out the importance of family planning. The importance of family planning first. What is the importance?
The importance of family planning is to improve the health of the mother, to also improve the welfare of the family member, even of the nation as a whole. To the mother, as we know that the woman is exposed to several deliveries, giving birth, the womb is always tired. And so if you allow her to continue having pregnancy, the womb will give way. She'll start bleeding, and the bleeding may even lead to her death. And so we encourage women to embark in family planning so that they will rest before the next pregnancy. They will give space, they will space their children very well so that the womb will return back to its normal strength and also be able to carry the next pregnancy.
Thank you, ma'am. So, what is the importance of family planning to the child?
To the child, the importance of family planning is great because we know that a woman who carries another pregnancy while still nursing a child is already a threat to her and to that baby because she will not give him that desired attention and love because the mother needs to love her child, give him attention, take care of him very well, then the child will grow well. But if that child lacks the motherly attention and the love, the child even psychologically will be affected. Even when he grows up, you see that child looks very wild because he lacks that care and love and affection.
So psychologically,
right is right from childhood. They develop their brain, as they grow, their brain is developing.
Yes.
And so, if the child lacks that, it affects them. That is why we want them to space their children very well so that they give more attention to the child. and that will even improve the child's
Like, psychologically, man will be a better person.
a very intelligent child.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So,
And also to the child, the parents will be able to cater for the number of children that
they can afford.
In the term of education also, again, they can be able to pay their school fees. We can see nowadays all these
Very expensive. It's expensive.
private schools are very expensive. So if you have many children to put them in the school, they cannot even pay their school fees because the school fees are high. And how is the income now?
Very
And,
good.
So you see, so if you get the little children, you can be able to put them in a better school, which will better their future. Then also feeding, coming to feeding, where you cannot get adequate resources to feed plenty of the children, it becomes a problem. The children will look malnourished. There also it will affect their health, affect their psychological upbringing. So there are so many effects of having plenty of children. So also when it comes to other like when the children are just so much, the parents cannot even control them. They become nuisance to the society. They will just go about because they cannot put them in school. They cannot even feed them when they go about to look for food somewhere. They become a nuisance to the society. So family plan will educate them to know that the effect is not only on the parents,
even on the
children,
and even the society.
Even the society.
Yes. So family planning is very, very important. So before we round up, I want you to give us a word of advice. What do you have to say to the men outside, especially our men from natural states? You know, we just have children indiscriminately. You just see a man with a woman coming for antenatal this year. Next year she's coming for antenatal again. Every time she's here. What word of advice you have to the men?
Really, what we discovered is lack of information and lack of education. Some of them are not even aware of the risks. That is why they are ignorant. Things are not relevant. They feel that it's another way of maybe curtailing their number of children
they will have.
And so they reject it. This lack of awareness. So if government should create awareness for family planning to the society, it will help people to understand the benefits, and it will even encourage them to allow their women to come for family planning. And so also the women also, some of them is because they are not properly informed. They don't go to the right place where families planning services are given. So they go to the chemists, they go to vendors and whatever to take their family planning, and because of their husbands are not even supporting them. If they support them to have this family planning, they will not be going they will not be hiding to go and take it somewhere where it's not even properly. So the men also still will be educated that let them go to the right place to take their family planning.
So we are calling on the men right now to support their wives,
both financially. Some of them don't even support. You see, the woman will come crying, despite the government has even subsidized the rate of family planning. Some of them cannot even afford it. Some will come that they don't even have money. They think it's free. So the government should come to their aid. If the government should really look into it, they will even appreciate it. And also even in the schools, they should incorporate all these family planning issues so that girls will not be going about just taking. Some of them go about to take drugs anyhow. Later on when they get married,
their lives now. Sometimes they can't even give birth.
They'll come and be crying that this is what some of them go on hormonal that will even be much in their system. It cannot withdraw on time for them to get pregnant. And so it is very, very low. So when they get this family planning, they feel that they are covered.
Yes.
Forgetting the STI, the sexually transmitted infection, which is the major cause of infertility. It blocks the tubes. Because if she takes the injection, she feels that she is free, she's safe, and she goes about anywhere, and the infection is going in within her. She will feel that that is normal. So So this should be, the family planning should be incorporated in their curriculum, so that it's curriculum, so that they will know the effect, the later effect, not just
the present
effect. And some of them, when they even get free, they go on having sex like that, unprotected, they get pregnant, where they go for abortions and they die, which is another problem
and a loss to
the society.
Yes.
So we have to really educate our children life in the school.
Thank you very much. We are very grateful and we are happy to have you here in the studio. We hope you will come again. We hope to have you again to educate our girls, especially our young girls. Yes. They are going out of hand right now. So we'll be happy to have you in the studio to educate us. Thank you very much, ma'am, and God bless you.
Thank you.
That's how far we can go today on the topic family planning. Please be with us again on NTA Lafia for more information on health talk. Thank you. Remain blessed.